Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Regular Beer Reviews. Regular doesn't refer to the beers being reviewed, but to the reviewer myself. I'm Jesse, and I'm about to review a beer that I've had several times before. This is Guinness Extra Stout. Now, the funny thing about this beer is on the bottle here it says it's brewed by Guinness Brewing Company, Brunswick, Canada. So I guess they're brewing out of Canada now. I don't know. On Beer Advocate it says, which it doesn't mention if it's the North American version, so I assume it's just the English version. It obviously lists Dublin, Ireland, which is where Guinness LTD is out of. Which it's funny. It says, even though this is brewed in Canada, it says right on the front, St. James Gate, Dublin. So it's weird. But on Rate Beer, it mentions that it's brewed out of London. It just said London, Canada. I don't know, but by the Labatt breweries is who it says, the ones that do Labatt Blue and you know, the Labatt beers. It says that they brew Guinness up in Canada, so I'm not sure. I'm seeing different information from different places. I don't know, but anyway, this beer, wherever it comes from, is the one that I've had several times before. I remember it being pretty good, so let's look at the numbers on it. Beer Advocate gives this an 84, which is good, and that's with 2,493 ratings. Rate Beer gives it an 82 overall with an 84 for the style, so those are still pretty good numbers. The Bros give it an 88, which is very good, and it has an ABV of 6% and a year-round availability, and the style is an Irish dry stout. Now, I never knew that the Extra Stout was 6% ABV. That's higher than the regular one, but I never knew that. Anyway, let's read what's on the bottle here. It says, brewed since 1759 with natural ingredients, today Guinness is enjoyed in over 150 countries. Experience the robust, mellow, and satisfying flavor for yourself. When I go out to bars here in North Florida, there's not a lot of, I go to like sports bars or restaurants and stuff, there's not a whole lot of good dessert stouts on the menu. So usually when I have dessert, I have a Guinness. But it's a pretty good beer. But anyway, I'm gonna use my my Guinness mug. This is an ad campaign they did back in the '60s. I got another one with the toucan. That's actually the more famous logo for the campaign, was the toucan, and it says "A lovely day for a Guinness." But anyway, this is the one that I'm going to use for this this beer. So I'm just going to get it poured here. I'm going to go down the middle and try to get a nice head. I doubt I'm going to get one that, well, actually, that's pretty good. Rising up over the top. That's looking very nice. This is pretty big. This is easily a 4-finger head. Very thick. I mean, look at that. That's easy. That's a 4-finger head. Very thick, very tan, small bubbles, looks pretty creamy. I'm not seeing even the slightest bit of carbonation there. It's black. Hold it up to the light here. That is as black can be. It is very dark. Yeah, let's go on ahead and get a nose on this. Oh, wow. Dark. The Extra Stout is so much better than like the Guinness draft cans and stuff. This has so much more flavor. I'm smelling dark, roasty coffee malts. I'm smelling chocolate. I'm smelling just the sweet malt there. A slight bitterness, but I wouldn't contribute it to hops as much as I would contribute it to just kind of that kind of slightly burnt, roasty malt. Not at all a huge amount of complexity on the nose, but picking up on those roasty malts, dark chocolate, coffee, and I mean, they're just so intense in this beer. So I'm just going to go on ahead and get a nose on this. I mean, taste it. I just got a nose on it. Anyway. Oh man, that's why Guinness is a go-to beer. Nice thick mouthfeel. Not really any hop presence to mention, but it has a nice roasty flavor. I mean, just, I wouldn't call this beer smoky, but there's like kind of a burntness to it. You get those nice coffee malts, those dark chocolate malts, like really bitter, like mid to the end of the palate. And it's not contributed to a hot presence at all. It's just the malts. This is a really, really good dessert beer. Again, I drink this. Most places I go don't have any other stouts. This is the only stout most places around here. I live in Jacksonville, and this is the most stouts most places around here offer. Or the only stout, I'm sorry. This is the only stout most places around here offer when you go out to eat or something, is Guinness. So, and they don't even have the extra stout, which I think this is a lot more flavorful than regular Guinness. On tap, it's certainly better than in the nitro cans, and way better than in the bottles. But this, the extra stout I like. It has a little more flavor, it has a little more character, and it's still a really good dessert beer. Very dark, very roasty, almost burnt. A lot of flavor in this beer. It's a very good beer. It's very tasty. This beer, to me, this beer has a good bit to offer. It's a beer you see around a lot. You don't have to go to some little hole-in-the-wall store that only has the best craft beers to find this. You know, this is a beer you can find almost anywhere. Grocery stores, convenience stores, I mean, and it's probably the best among the bunch. Stouts are one of my favorite styles. This certainly isn't my favorite stout, but this is a stout that is readily available when I want a stout. I mean, you know, this is easily found around here, and it's a good beer. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Guinness Extra Stout, I'm sure you've had it. I'm sure that you've had this beer. If you haven't ever had it, if you only had regular Guinness, pick it up, try it. I mean, you know, it's an extra. It's not quite a double. It's not quite an imperial, but it's an extra stout. It has just that little bit extra, and it's a good beer. Guinness is definitely a good beer, and you know, I really enjoy this this version of it. So again, if you see Guinness Extra Stout, pick it up. It's a good beer. Yeah, it's a very good beer. It's a great dessert beer. Go out, you eat a big meal. You know, you have a steak. You have, you know, potato on the side. You know, there's a soup or something. You know, just a full robust meal. You want something. You know, you have dessert. You have, you know, ice cream, or you know, Boston cream pie or something, or something. You know, a nice hearty dessert. You want something good to go with that dessert. Guinness Extra Stout, or Guinness period. But if you see the Extra Stout, get this above the other ones. It's super good. Those nice coffee flavors, super dark chocolate flavors, just really bitter, really roasty, very tasty. So again, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. If you see it, pick it up. It's a very good beer. Thank you for watching, and keep watching again in the future for more reviews. Prost.